Well, hello there. It's the Archivist from tradingcardarchives.com. And as you can see, I've got kind of a big video planned here today. This is one I've been talking about doing for a long time, and I've been like slowly acquiring all the pieces I needed to do this video, and I think I have them all now. So this is going to be a history lesson video. The title there is a quote from oh gosh, I forgot who made that quote. One second, I got to. Okay, sorry. That's George Bernard Shaw, of course. A very famous Irish playwright, kind of philosopher. Anyway, critic, I guess is probably a better term. But anyway, the quote is, we learn from history that we learn nothing from history, which seems to be true if you look at the world. So anyway, we're not going to go political or anything, but we are going to do some history lesson trading card opening, which is appropriate for this channel, right? Before we dig into all this stuff on the table here, let's take a look at our favorite cards of the day. I like to kind of keep track of my favorite cards as I film during the week. That way, I can make sure I'm getting better with each opening and that we're actually finding cool cards and stuff, that kind of thing. So my favorite card for a long time has been this MLR from, it looks like Pokemon, right? But that is not Pokemon. That is Cardmon, which is Kaymon's Pokemon clone. So this is a TCG. It's got, evolutions just like you see here. So this card evolves and all that kind of stuff, and it's a full TCG with rules and everything, but it's not Pokemon. And it's this very interesting product. I did a video on it earlier. Look up Cardmon is the video, and it's a pretty interesting product. So that was my favorite for a long time, but I'm going to retire that card now. And this was my second place card, and it's going to stay in second place. This comes from Gossip Knight, which is a male waifu set. So it's male anime characters in suggestive clothing and such. Although this card's just a pretty looking card. But this is an LR from that set, and very, very pretty card. So that'll stay as my second place. First place, though, is going to go to this Fairy Tale card, which is just awesome. It's one of those like acrylic cards like we see in the Sailor Moon set, but it's numbered to 259. It's from Big Face Studios' new Fairy Tale set, and this is an awesome looking card. It feels great. It's got good weight to it. Looks amazing. Has some really cool foil effects on it. And then it's numbered, so that'll be my favorite card for right now. But I'm actually going to take those off the table because we need space. We need all the space we can get. And so let's talk about the products we have here and get the packs we're going to open out onto the table, and then we can get going from there. So there's a wide variety of stuff here. A lot of Kayou products. This is Card Expert, and then this is what is it? American Autographs. So this is a U.S. independent trading card company that makes historical trading cards, real history, right? So this is the Washington Chronicles set based on George Washington's life. And so it has trading cards from his life, autographs, things like that. And then this is from, of course, World War II, 1945. And so this has World War II type cards in it. And these are both blasters. I bought these a long time ago. I've used them in a few videos, but I'm going to cash them out now. So in this video, we're going to be opening all the rest of this. So there's 4 packs left of 1945. I just don't want these on the shelf anymore. As you probably know if you've been paying any attention to AliExpress or my channel, it is 11/11 Singles Day holiday right now. Which is a huge commercial holiday in China. It's bigger than Black Friday. It's massive. And AliExpress does their biggest sales of the year right now. So if you want to buy any of these cards, now is the best time to do it. I mean, you can save insane amounts of money. I was buying, I've got, the reason I need to get these boxes out of the archives, there are a lot of boxes coming. But yeah, basically, I was getting like boxes that should cost $30 for like $15. It's like half off. It's insane, the sales right now. It depends on the product, of course. But for example, C1 Luxury Store has cases. This is the first time they've offered a case for sale. And they're selling cases of the Spider-Man Zenka product, which is amazing, right? That thing usually sells for $27 a box or so. They're selling a case for $820, which is about $22 a box. There's 36 boxes in that case. And then because of the coupons and stuff, you could also get like another $100 off that, maybe even $120 off that, bringing it down to like $700, which is then less than $20 a box. I didn't buy that because I'm kind of done with that Spider-Man set. But that is an amazing deal. Like from just that one case, you could probably double your money on eBay in like a day. And if you were a little more patient, you could probably triple that. It's that good of a deal, and that product sells really well in the West for a lot more than that. I'm talking, you can sell boxes of that on eBay for $60 if you find the right buyer. You need a dumb buyer, but if you find it, you can do it. I've seen them sell that high, but you should be selling that more like $40 on eBay. But anyway, okay, sorry, back to this. So these are some Western historical cards. Again, like real history artifacts and things should be in here. This is from Kayou. So this is Kayou's The British Museum collection. There's a series of these. There's 3 different boxes available, although there's really only 2 sets. There's the first set, which comes in kind of a brown box. There's 2 variants of that box. And then there's this pink set, which is the second edition. And it's focused on Alice in Wonderland artifacts, like all the marketing and everything is, but it really is just another set of British Museum cards. I have never pulled an Alice in Wonderland artifact from this box, ever. And I've tried pretty hard. So they're in here, but they're very rare. Most of the cards you're going to pull from here. In fact, if you buy a box of this, don't expect an Alice card. It's not going to happen. Like, look at those odds. To get one of these Alice cards, it's a 7 in 81 chance. That's pack odds. So you need to open 81 packs, and then from that, 7 of them might have an Alice in it. So that means you get 1 chance in each box. There's 18 packs in a box. So basically, you don't have a chance. Now we've got a lot of packs to go through here, so I wasn't going to open too many of these, but I'm going to put 3 of these on the table because I want to give myself the best chance possible of pulling an Alice artifact. Okay, so we'll call those the sort of Western historical cards, and they're all real history, real historical artifacts. Let's move on then into more mythological history. And so in China, there's a period of history called the Three Kingdoms that is iconic. It's like Victorian era in the West, right? You ask anyone what was the Victorian era like, they all know. In China, everyone knows what the Three Kingdoms era was like. It's their romantic history period, basically. It was the period where China got unified and everything. And so Kayou has produced 2 major art set releases based on the Three Kingdoms concept, right? It's not a franchise, as in it's not a book or something. There are many books written. This was written in that era, this book. But it's more of just a historical era, right? And so these cover everything from that era. But they're art cards, and they're beautiful. They're really, really pretty cards. They also made a TCG based off this, which I have, but I didn't put on the table because I already had enough stuff. But we're going to open some of these today, too. And there's 2 editions, so we'll open kind of 2 packs from each edition. So this is the first edition. This black box is the first edition of the product. And then this green box is the second edition of the product. Same type of cards, but a different, different sets. So there's different cards in here. But it is, the same series. So we'll see some common elements between those 2, but different artwork. Cool. And then I'll do this one last. Let's talk about this one. So this set I really love, and I kind of wish I had bought more of it. It's really hard to find now. In fact, I don't even know where you would buy it. It's very difficult. But I have this one, and it is Journey to the West, which is a book, a kind of a Buddhist book about a Buddhist monk who's journeying to the western side of China. So he's not journeying to the west as in going to America. He's journeying from the east side of China where the ocean is to the west side of China where Russia is, right? The mountains are there actually, but it's like mountains that delineate between China and Russia. Anyway, so he's going there, right? And he's going there to get a famous Buddhist text and bring it back. So it's an adventure story, his journey across China and all the weird things he encounters. And it's mythological. He travels with a character called the Monkey King, who is literally the king of the monkeys, right? So it's very much a mythological thing, but a very famous story and has many, 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 many things made from it. TV shows, books, comic books, trading cards, all sorts of stuff, because it's kind of that popular of a franchise in Asia. Not as popular here, but definitely in Asia, very, very popular. So we'll open a couple of these. Maybe we'll do 3 of these because I'm very curious. Actually, let's do 4. We're gonna do 4 of these because I really like this set, and I'm not gonna find many other reasons to open it. So let's get 4 in this video. And now this is the big boy, and I mean that. This is the biggest box of cards. Well, besides maybe Card Fund's tin, this is the biggest box of non-card fund cards. Like this is kind of a standard premium trading card set size, like pretty standard. This is bigger, right? It's bigger in every dimension. It doesn't have more packs in it, it's just big. And it's expensive, 199 yuan for the box, right? So that's pretty expensive. You remember we're opening 1 yuan packs, right? This costs 200 times that. That's the sort of cost for this. So what is this? This is Story of the Stone or Dream of the Red Chamber. And I'm not going to make the same mistake. Last time I did this video, I made the mistake. This is not the title. This is the author's name. This is the title over here. But anyway, I'm not going to make the same kanji mistakes I made last time. But this is a very, very famous novel from the Three Kingdoms era. And it's a romance novel that tells the sort of history of a family through a very famous family in Chinese history and their sort of rise to fame. So they start out as just a regular family and they become, a dynasty by the end. And the stone is a literal thinking rock that becomes one of the characters in this story. And that's, it's a mythology thing. So, but there is a lot of historical elements to this, and the cards just look incredible. But you can see this is such a premium product. Like this is Kayou, right? Kayou made this, and you see this gold here like that. That is a very in China that would be like, that would mean this is the most royal thing, right? And even the packs look so nice. So we'll go ahead and do 4 of these too, because again, I'm just not going to have many chances to open this product. And it's another one where, I could get another box. There are a couple of vendors still selling this, and if you like it, I recommend you get it because it will probably sell out eventually. But it's pretty expensive, about $35 in US terms. So I probably won't buy another box of this, but I do love it. Okay, so this will be our battle, so to speak. We'll go through all of these here. Let me kind of get it all arranged. And yeah, it's not, it's not really a battle, but we're going to kind of treat it that way. So we're going to be opening up all these cards, looking at them all, and seeing what we can get. And I know we're not even opening cards here, and it's 13 minutes in. I'm sorry. You should be used to that by now. I open cards slower than other people. And I know it annoys you, and I'm sorry. Okay, so these again are historical cards from World War II. And they're independent trading cards, so they aren't quite to the quality level of like Topps or something. And they're also Western produced, so a lot of things kind of going against these. But they're not bad cards in any sense. This is the Arab Axis power flag. Again, this is like World War II stuff, right? And real photos and things from that era. And there are parallels. That's why I keep checking the backs, because there are parallels in this set. There are inserts. You get you get, as you see, you get a lot of cards. Each of those packs, I think, has like 12 cards in it. That's Hitler dying. There's a, check your tires, save rubber. Because remember, during this war, the entire U.S. was sort of mobilized for the war. And that meant even civilians. So civilians were being mobilized in the sense of, don't waste rubber on your tires because we need it for the war effort, right? Or don't waste metal on cans because we need that for bullets, right? So it's that kind of mobilization happened. We haven't seen that ever since then. I mean, I know it seems like we experienced something like mobilization, but we really haven't had that in America since World War II. If it really happened, you would know, because your job would change. Like everything would change. What your company was doing would change to be something that the war needed, right? That's what happened back then. Companies that used to make, cans for canned goods got ordered by the government to start making bullets instead, and they just had to do it. That's what mobilization means. Okay, so that's World War II. This is now much older, so this is like Revolutionary War era. So the George Washington was a general in the Revolutionary War, and then became the first president after the country, was recognized as a country. And so this is another set of cards from that sort of period of time. And we got something of a hit here. So this is a lenticular card. It has some bit of a 3D effect to it. This one is explaining, I'm not sure, I guess a family tree. Yeah, okay. Was George Washington's step-great-granddaughter. And she married Robert E. Lee, who became a Confederate general. How fun. And then this is actually numbered, so 228 of 499. Yeah, so this would be, a pretty major hit, especially coming out of a blaster, because this company also makes hobby boxes, and the hobby boxes will have much better hit rates. But coming out of the blasters, that's a pretty major hit. So I'm happy with it. Okay, we can't open those yet because we had 4. Oops, I shouldn't have opened one of those. I'm trying to get things down to 3 each. This is Tales. Journey to the West. Sometimes it's called Tale of the Monkey King. That's why I was about to call it that. That is not the name of the book, but that is a lot of the times in the West. That's what it gets translated as. But this is the kind of artwork we can see then on the cards. It's a very traditional Chinese line art style that you would see all over palaces and things. And then this is how they would illustrate their books. So like a book would have an illustration like this in it. And that's exactly what these are. So these are illustrations that tell the story of the journey to the West. So if you had all of these cards and put them in order, you could kind of see the story of the journey to the West happening. I only have 2 of those with 4 of these, so let's grab one of these to take a look at. And now this is Dreams of the Red Chamber by Kayou. It's their first really super premium set that isn't anime cards. And so I was very excited to see it. And, of course, obviously I bought myself a box. And the cards are excellent. As you're kind of going to see here, they are really well done cards. So this is just a base. I think it's a part of a puzzle maybe. But this is just a rare. They have an awesome feel to them too, that they don't really feel like typical trading cards. They feel more like pieces of enamel or plastic, that kind of thing. But you see this is just like, this is above and beyond anything I've seen on a trading card ever. It's that nice. And then this is an SR. So that's an AR. So that's a pretty high, I guess that would count as a hit. This is an R, and then this is an SR. So not much of a hit here, but still pretty good looking. And you can see it has quite a bit of treatment to it. And then it's also a thicker card stock, which Kayou almost never uses thick card stock. So interesting, if you don't know much about the Chinese language, or most Asian languages work this way, but they don't read right to left. They actually read left to right and top to down. So this is line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, line 5, and line 6, and you would read it in that order, right? You read up and down, up and down, up and down, and left to right. Really different way to read than we do here in the West. Okay, so I'm going to open one more of these. I'm trying to get these all down to 2. And then we'll kind of pause, regroup, and see where we need to go from there. This is going to be a big video. It's going to be like 40 minutes pretty easily. I'll try to go faster, but it's hard for me to go fast, as you know. Here's another pack of the 1945. These are, again, World War II history cards. And oh my goodness, we got a big hit there. All right, so this is Winston Churchill, the leader of Great Britain. And it's not numbered, interestingly enough. I think that's just a manufactured coin. But I don't know what I'm looking at. It doesn't have any description or markings or anything. I have to go check the sell sheet and find out what this is. I'll be right back. I need to pause. And I'm back, and this fetches about, $33 to $38, it seems, so just under 40 bucks. It's a very thick and heavy, like this is a really, really heavy card. It would be impossible to hide this from weighing, I think. I didn't weigh it. I mean, I ordered that blaster online, so very cool. It's weird though, because the eBay listings for this have a gray border, not a pink border like this. And they claim to be out of 99, but I've looked at the front and back of them. There's no numbering on those either, so I don't know how they think that. And then I don't understand the pink, but I think we can just kind of assume that is worth about $40, and obviously a major hit, so happy to get it. Let's open our first pack of British Museum. We're skipping this because there's 2 in there. I'm trying to get these all down to 2. Here comes British Museum. And we're looking for Alice in Wonderland artifacts. We have never pulled one. And we're almost certainly not going to now either, but that is what we're looking for. So these are the base cards. They just show an artifact on this kind of cool background, but it still is just, an artifact, basically. This would be, this is one of the Zodiacs. So that's, okay, L1. So these L's are rarity levels. So that's like a level 1 rarity. And this looks like it's a panel card, part of a 4 panel piece. So there's a couple of these to collect in the set. And you put them together to make a full image. So you see I have panel 3 of a 4 panel set. And that is an L3A. So that's actually pretty rare. You can get all the way up to L6. Yeah, now of course it acts kind of like a puzzle card, because you would need to have obviously all of those in order to get it, but ooh, this is very pretty. So this is the other card I pulled. It has a lot of refraction on it. It's not an Alice card though, just a regular one, but it's an L2. Okay, so it's actually, this is not as rare as that. I just thought it looked cool. Need to get some sleeves out. Here we go. I will sleeve that. but then I won't sleeve these because these, again, they're just kind of base cards from that pack. All right, so then let's move on. Another Monkey King. This Monkey King set is not by Kayou, it's by Card Expert. We've seen a few products that they make. This is the only historical one we've seen. Oh, that's a cool image. I love that. Again, not super rare. These are essentially base packs that we've opened here. When you get one of these silver cards and two of these brown cards, that's kind of the base configuration. So that's Buddha, that's Gautama Buddha. So Buddha gave them their mission personally in the story. So they are going on that journey on behalf of the actual Buddha. Which again, that's how you know it's kind of a mythological piece, right? So we're down to two. Yeah, okay. So we'll be down to 2s all the way across once I get this pack open. And this is Dreams of the Red Chamber. A Kayou historical card set from China. And we got a banger. Yes, we got a really good card here. So this is one of the QRs. I have another one already. That's how I kind of knew what it was. But just look at that. It's beautiful. It looks 3D. It looks like it's made out of paper craft. I don't even know how they, like enamel. This looks so good and so crazy, and it's a trading card. I mean, it honestly looks like a paper collage, like you would see on an actual Chinese painting. It's so nice. I don't even know how to show all the hits now. And then this is, again, just an SR, but like, look at that SR. Beautiful work of art and so well printed and treated. And so here we have another story. So now you know how to read, well, you don't know how to read Chinese, but you know how to look at it. And at least how to move your eyes to pretend that you're reading it. Because if you ever watch a movie where someone's reading an Asian text and they do it this way, it's always hilarious, and you just know they didn't do their research. It's because sometimes they like put their finger on it to move it. Yeah, anyway, very silly. Well, this one's not nearly as heavy as the other one, so I think we're just getting trading cards from this. Not that that's a problem. That is what we came here for. I was just looking at this. Such an interesting picture. What exactly? What is this? Tapophobia. George Washington suffered from tapophobia, the fear of being buried alive. It was not an uncommon fear. Okay, wow. So basically, he's afraid of getting buried alive, and so he built like a way out. Ooh, these are some good ones. That's Eisenhower. He's our main army general. This Animal Farm. Again, it's just, it's like historical things and events and stuff that happened in 1945. Not just the war stuff, but also the impact that the war had on the people, right? That's Burma Road. This is a very sad story. I'm not going to tell you that story. There's another weird one. What is this? Oh, it's cats. Oh, it's Salvador Dali, of course. So Dali is a surrealist artist. I guess they say eccentric. And that's he performed with cats. I know, I'm not, just look it up. There's videos. He's contemporary. Well, he's contemporary, yeah. Meaning, if you're like 30, 40 years old, you could have met him on the street in New York walking his anteater around. Because he walks an anteater around. He's a contemporary artist, so there's video and of everything he did, right? It's not like Victorian artists where we didn't have cameras back then or something. So I'm just going through the Washington ones again here. I keep looking for parallels, although we haven't really gotten many. There's one. Okay, so yeah, Parallel has a different like a gold here. And so that's going to be out of $6.99. And there's a similar one here, but again, it's a little hard for me to tell. It's not really worth that much. I'm just going to put it there. Okay, another Kayou pack. This is again British Museum. Theoretically, Alice in Wonderland cards, although in actual reality, no Alice in Wonderland cards. I mean, look, maybe we get some. We can be hopeful, but yeah, I would hold your breath, basically. So these are, again, just artifact cards. They're rares. I mean, they look awesome, but these are just rares. Just. This is also rare. So these three are just rare. This is one of those Zodiac L3 cards again. There's a Leo. And then this is a painting at L2. So very similar pack that time to the last pack. We got an L3 and an L2 as our hits. Let's see, where should I put? Oh, I don't even know where to put all these cards. I need a bigger space. I don't know how to do that. Like, I need a camera up high. I need a bigger desk. Yeah, not gonna happen. Okay, so then journey to the west. Just take a quick look here. Oh, we got something different at least. So that is a bigger hit for sure. And it looks so cool. I'm trying to figure out what rarity it is. I can't tell. Man, that looks awesome, huh? Like the foiling on the border, the art itself. That is a very, very pretty looking card. And so you see we're doing something really different in this video. We're usually looking at, like anime cards, right? Like One Piece, Dragon Ball, that kind of stuff, right? This is different. This is history. We're looking at historical things, and as a result, we're seeing, such a unique and different view of the trading card hobby than we would have seen otherwise. And I love it. I love doing things that are very different. It's, the whole reason this channel exists is to basically do stuff like this that I don't see anyone else doing, right? Even if somebody does open a pack of Three Kingdoms cards, which happens once in a while, I've seen videos of people doing it, they will open only that, right? But I will put all this on the table. Okay, so these are Three Kingdoms. So this is Kayou's lower end, still very expensive, but lower end art cards. Whereas these ones here, the Red Kingdom, Red Chamber, are much, much more expensive. So then these with the yellow and the gold are rares, level 1s. This is actually this is an AC, so with the green border, it's a level 2, I think. That's a very pretty image. I hadn't seen this card before. Really nice. And then I love these. So in every pack, you'll get one of these horizontal, I don't know how to call it, like a painting card, I guess. It looks like a painting. There's a lot of them, and they kind of tell the story of the Three Kingdoms. Again, if you put them all next to each other, it would tell the story, right? A lot of times, painting in the past wasn't about looking good, right? I mean, we think about painting as being this aesthetic thing now, where we're trying to make a room look better, so we put painting in it. But in medieval times and in Romantic period China, paintings were for education, right? Like medieval paintings in a church aren't there to look good. They're there to teach peasants who don't know how to read what religion is. And they're there to teach you like what's going to happen if you make a mistake, right? And that's why a lot of those medieval religious paintings depict like the worst views of hell you can think of. The reason that's there in the church is not just to be, crass or something. It's so the priest can take these peasants who don't know how to read, show them that painting and scare them from sinning, right? That's why it was there to educate. In China, it's the same way. These paintings were made to tell a story, and they're meant to be walked past in a certain order, and then you can kind of read the story as you go without having to actually read, because a lot of people did not know how to read back then. That was a very special skill that only scholars would have. Wow, these are just such beautiful, beautiful cards. I mean, really just gorgeous. Like, I don't even know. I mean, this is just an SR, and look at that thing. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful card. Okay, one more pack, and then we'll be down to our last packs. This still is probably going to be about an hour-long video. I apologize for that. But you know, you can skip through it and stuff. And honestly, if you're here watching this video, I hope you have at least an appreciation of history enough to spend some time looking at it and thinking about it, and not just rushing through like we might do with non-historical cards. So this is Three Kingdoms. So again, if you remember, the green is the second edition, and they have kind of these colored borders, right? A yellow border, a green border, like that. First edition was borderless. So the artwork on the first edition doesn't have a border. Instead, these little coins down here tell you the rarity level. So yellow is level 1, green is level 2, and then that's one of those paintings again. So these are base cards. This is a rare. It's an AC. It's at the exact same level actually as that. And you can tell because of the green, right? So there's a green coin, even though it doesn't have the border. So that's the same level as that. And then this is another one of those painting cards. Like I said, you'll get them in every set, but just watch the sky as I move the cards. See how that changes color? And notice how the mountains don't. It gives it almost a 3D effect, right? Like you're looking into the sky there. That's because of, you can see it when I put it at certain angles, but see those concentric circles? That's refraction texture kind of stamped into the card in the same way that like grooves on a record are. And because they're there, they refract the light in different ways and create that effect. That's how that happens. Not easy to do. You need to like create a refraction pattern, make a stamp from it, and then stamp the card, and then print over it. It takes a lot of work. Manual work, and also like you have to send the card through the printing machine multiple times, right? So send it once, twice, get the, a card like that probably went through 12 or 15 different machines to get the effects that are on it. Whereas if you just color print and don't put any effects, you just go through the machine once, right? Each time you go through the machine, it's increasing your costs by quite a lot. So this is baseball player. Okay, so yeah, all the baseball players ended up drafted. That's why you have like League of Your Own. The female baseball team started playing. Cool, cool, cool. We got some good history here. Unfortunately, no, not many parallels, or at least I didn't see them if they're in there. They are hard to spot. They're easier to spot here because it's like got that gold color. They're just shinier, I think. It's hard to actually tell. Okay, so this is again Washington Chronicles, a historical card set based on the life of George Washington. So it has paintings and artifacts and things that would have been interesting to know about that historical period. There's a map. It is better to be alone than in bad company. That's a quote of some kind, I guess. Oh, and there's our parallel here. Kind of nice. Going to be out of $6.99 again. So speaking of printing tech, this card, again, this company is independent, so don't disparage them, right? Like they're doing, for what they are, they're actually doing an amazing job. But this card has two printing treatments on it. It has the color, and then it has a kind of glaze put over just this part, and that's why the words are shiny and the background isn't. But that's just a 2-pass effect. not like that, where it's like a 15-pass effect. All right, here's our last chance at getting Alice cards in this video. We're not going to get them. I'm sorry, I keep jinxing it maybe. I don't know. I've never seen an Alice in Wonderland card. I don't think, other than on the flyer. I saw them on the flyer. So here's our rares. That is a beautiful looking rare. And then, how awesome. That is a, man, that's a really cool card. Oh, it's a panel. Nice. That's a level 3 panel, and you would need all 3 pieces. Honestly, I think I got the best piece. Like, if you only have one piece of that panel, I think you want this piece. This is the good piece. How cool. And then, Lady on Horse. It's a very famous French painting, but I forget the... sorry. I have an art history degree. I just don't... I forgot a lot of it. I forgot who exactly made that one, but... That's a famous painting. Okay, one more pack of Journey to the West. Another just great set of cards. Like I said before, I really wish I could buy more of these. They're just really hard to get now. Can we just stop for a second and just talk about how amazing this looks? Like, just the back here has this stamped foil, and then the front is some of the most beautiful color I think I've ever seen on a card. Like the way that light is, I mean, it's like Thomas Kincaid style light work, but being done on a trading card. And then the scene here, this is the Monkey King's kingdom. Those are the Monkey King's people and where they live. They're monkeys, right? He's the king of the monkeys, so they're monkeys. I mean, that doesn't, there's not a lot of foil on here or anything. It's just the color printing. But it is so good that this, might be one of the best cards I've ever seen. I mean, amazing. Amazing. It makes me kind of just want to go through these quickly, because like that was so good. These are just, well, I mean, these are good too, but they just kind of tell the story of it all. There's no pretty colors on these. Which is period correct. Line art like this would have been the most common style of artwork back then. Having full color paintings like this is very rare. If you remember back in those days, certain dyes, blues, indigo, and that kind of thing, very expensive. Purple, so you won't get many paintings with a lot of color in them at that time. This is a long time ago. There's some rares. Oh, we're going to get some good cards this time. So this is, again, a level 2, because it's got that green, right? Now, the reason I knew we're getting some good cards is because we only got 2 rares. So when you only get 2 rares, you're going to get some other major hit, and that's what this is. That this is a major hit. So this is an FG. Pretty sure. I can't see. Well, ugh, I really can't read it. It would be down there in that lower left corner. But if it's not an FG, it's very close. But this, I think, is one of the top rarity cards in the set. There's numbered versions of these that are higher rarity if they have a number on the back. But non-numbered, this is, I think, the best you can do. So really good pull there. And then, you know, of course, this painting also awesome. Just, you know, kind of pales compared to that, but still amazing. Let's look at one more. Dream of the Red Chamber. Dreams of the Red Chamber, which is, again, this historical novel. And it's a strange thing to call it that because, you know, back when this was written, I think 1500 something, somewhere in the 1500s, they didn't really have bindings and things, so it was really just kind of a collection of papers and chapters. And I think there were like 100 chapters in the original, and then over time, like some got lost, new chapters got added, and as we are now today, no one really knows what the original story was like, because it's been sort of lost to time and changed in so many ways. Ooh, so that's just a rare, but great looking card again. This is going to be rare. That's going to be something special. So this pack had 2 rares. That's interesting. Maybe that means the special card will be very special. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see. Take a look. Ooh. Yeah, okay. So, I mean, clearly you're looking here at something very very awesome. I can't tell exactly what it is because it doesn't have rarity markings on it. But this style of painting here, you would see this on porcelain a lot from China. In fact, they call that kind of porcelain China, right? Like we use that word to describe that type of porcelain. Weird, but that's what we do. And then over here, you've got kind of just some of the most intricate refraction work. You can see how the refraction has multiple textures overlaid on each other. It makes it kind of just look like chaos, but there's pattern to that. And it's what's making it kind of glisten in that way. But wow, how nice of a card is that? That's really, really good looking. Amazing. Okay. Last pack, and probably for good reason. We're at about the 50-minute mark, which is a long time for a video. But, you know, sometimes I make very short videos too, so they're not always this long. Let's see what we get in our last pack. Hopefully it's something really awesome. So these are our rares. Then we get an AC and a painting. So unfortunately not a major hit there, but we did do really good in this this particular battle, so I don't really have any complaints. That's awesome. So this is the result of, again, just history cards. So we're opening a bunch of history trading cards, and that's what we got. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to stop it here because it's been really long. Usually I would do like a recap, but I think you can just kind of go back through if you want to see any of those cards again. Because the video is already super long. So, okay, bye-bye.